any percent difficult, any percent mode in Japanese is overall 42 seconds faster, mostly due to text scroll, which is why they play this version. So, you'll see, but otherwise it'll be pretty much the same game you would see in any percent difficult in the American version. And, as expected, they're leading off with Flashman, which is pretty much the standard beginning for a Rockman 2 speedrun. The reasons for this are twofold. One, Flashman is probably the most straightforward stage in the game. Two, you get items 3 when you defeat Flashman, which will come in handy very, very quickly, because they will. I believe both of them will do Heatman second.
Right on, yeah, and if they get that zip, it saves a nice little bit of time over that one section, and then that'll give them item 1, which they'll be using throughout the rest of the Robot Masters to do various zips and time saves throughout the run. Right.
Cassio taking a little damage from cans. Jack avoids it. Cassio holding about a 2 to 3 second lead early on. But he's got less health than Jack, who is in pretty good shape. He'll be able to take some more damage from Flash.
Yeah, from my experience, as long as you're hitting the door right here about sub 120, you're doing decently, or pretty good.
Yeah.
And, both of these runners do so.
Yeah. And the key with Flashman here is they want to get as close as they can while shooting at him, to minimize the amount of time it takes for the shots to go across, and Cassio did that to perfection.
Right on, yeah, Jack is going to catch the freeze here.
Yeah, he got flashed twice, and that's it. So, Cassio with the early lead. Jack not too far behind. So yeah, these text scrolls here from Dr. Light, this is why they play the Japanese version.
Yeah, definitely, especially in a race setting.
Yeah.
I mean, that little 40-second time save right there, that's your difference between world record and not even.
Right. Overall, it ends up evening out, even though any percent normal is, obviously saves you time in other ways, but extremely experienced runners can make up for that. So yeah, as expected, both runners are going to go with Heatman. A couple of runners have opted to go for Airman, which is overall, rare misjump from Cassio there, but as I was saying, the Airman is a little safer overall, but it's slower.
Right, yeah, because if these guys, after they get their item 1, they can perform fast air, which actually ends up saving a good 20 seconds, I believe, something over the other round.
Yeah. Oh!
Cassio, not sure.
I think he lost the handle there.
Perhaps his jump button's sticking.
Could be. Jack doing the first major clip of the game very nicely with item 3. Missed it the first time, but set everything up second time just fine. So Jack dealing with the blocks.
Oh, Cassio, nice toss this time.
Cassio nails the fadeaway. So Jack is on his way to fighting Heatman, and Heatman will be charging at them, and Jack will be doing a little bullfighting and just jumping out of the way. And when Heatman charges at you will be determined by 30, 60, or 90 frames. You want a lot of 30. That's a 90. That's a little faster. You want to avoid, obviously, Heatman shooting his flames at you. Chad's got it exactly right. Best boss music in Mega Man series is Mega Man 2.
I'll agree with that.
So, nice. Not getting a lot of help from Heatman overall, but he's got to be a little careful here, but takes care of him.
Hey, he's going to make it out about 440.
Yeah. So he's probably on pace for about a 7:15, 7:20, I'd say 7:20 to 7:30 first three.
Yeah, definitely, and it's always good. The quicker you can go.
Cassio aimed a little bit there, but takes care of business. So he's about 27 seconds behind Jack early on. See if those two deaths hurt him, because this is what early mistakes in their second game 2 weeks ago proved to be the difference. He made some mistakes in the Robot Masters. Jack really didn't, and he was able to hold on for a narrow win.
And we see Jack setting up for fast air here. Gonna take that bump. You know, I have so much trouble setting up that bump right there. Just go ahead and buster the first guy. Yeah. But it's not necessarily fast air. That's like modified fast air. But yeah, Jack gets it first try, so that's good. Now we can see how Cassio is gonna fare here.
He survived. That's what matters. He has no lives left, so I wondered if he was going to entertain the idea of just taking a quick intentional death here and resetting his live count, but because he's probably going to have to give up a life at Clash Man.
Right on, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose he probably hadn't thought that far ahead. You would think he would, but
yeah. Because there's nothing you can just jump off of. Well, yeah, I guess you could do the clip, but is that really faster?
I wouldn't think so.
He's really low on health. He's got to be careful. A lot of damage. Jack got some really good item drops.
Yeah, definitely. If Cassio would have just took the one death, then he wouldn't be in as much trouble because he could pick up the.
Well, he just got out of it, and meanwhile, Jack is getting ready to fight Airman, and with all that health, has no problem, and he's done at 7:10.
Nice, very nice.
So Cassio caught a bit of a break there with that item drop, so he should be okay against Airman. But Airman's tornadoes are pure RNG, so depends on what kind of patterns you get, and so far, getting a good pattern. Wipes him out before he can jump to the other side. So 7:34.
Yeah, nice first cycle by Cassio there.
Mm-hmm. So Jack with about a 24-second lead based on when they took out Airman. So they're going to move on to Clash Man, which is going to have the first major skip where you have to take a life here. So let me just see what Cassio does, because he has 0 lives. He didn't pick anything up.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Jack having a little trouble setting up the zip here, but
yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, Cassio just admitted he forgot to kill himself in air, so he's going to go to Metal Man and take a quick death. Jack executes the skip in Clash Man, very nicely done, so he skips half the level, basically. Guys are going to go for the harder item 1 skip. Got it. Very nicely done. And the reason he switches to Heat Man and charges it up is if you charge up Heat Man as you're dying, cut the death animation short, and you just move right on to the next to your next life without really losing any significant amount of time. So Cassio will be getting his ascent as Jack finishing his. Gets Airman ready. Let's see if he goes for a quick kill strat where Jack's going to shoot the air tornadoes to the left as he enters, and then he's going to try and get a double on Clash Man. Nope. Opt for Conventional strat, but no problem. He's done. Cassio, a little trouble with that final item 3 zip, using that as a jump boost, but gets through. Next up, that will almost certainly be Quickman.
Oh, nice. Cassio did get the 2-hit on the first shot of air there.
Yeah.
So it's going to make him come out about 10, 20. Not too bad, not too bad. Very good.
He probably gained a little time because I think he handled the climb a little more cleanly than Jack, but taking that game over did cost him about 15 seconds, so right now Jack is holding the aces. But it's definitely getting closer. Jack does the wall clip.
Yeah, that quick turnaround there, turn back on the lights so you can see navigating through this beam section here. Which helps so much. If you don't get that turnaround there, the lights stay off and you have to fight Quickman in the dark.
Well, technically, overall, it is faster to have the lights off, but the time difference is pretty minute. It's like maybe a second and a half, I think I heard. So, is it really worth it? Well, perhaps if you're going for a world record, but I think even the world record runners aren't even really doing it in the dark anymore. So, Jack, shimmying his way through the barrier, no problem. So now he's going to try and get Quickman with Clash Bombs and do it without missing. One. That can a lot help Quickman. Want to get him in the corner, and if you miss, you lure him in. A nice triple shot there.
The Cassio making his zip to the boss corridor, and just going to fight Quickman here.
You only got him once. Missed again. I got him on a double and a triple and a double there, and able to finish him off cleanly.
Yeah, he's definitely closing the gap here, or doing his best to. And, he's gonna get out as soon as Jack gets into metal. And this is where usually the runs end up varying routes for some runners. A lot of people switch up, some people go wood first and then say bubble, metal. Some people go metal, wood, bubble.
Metal being 6 is pretty common from what I've seen in this tournament. Cassio having a little trouble with the item 1 zip there. So is Jack's having a little trouble with his. He's decided, forget it, move right along. But metal going 6th has been pretty common, and wood 7 bubble 8 has been pretty standard. I've seen a few switch wood and bubble, but by and large, the only real major variance I've seen has been air and heat. Up with Cassio's stream, so Jack is on his way to fighting Metal Man. The key to Metal Man is to stay on the left side of the arena and don't get too close.
Right, yeah, once you hit that halfway mark in the arena, he starts hopping back and forth. He notices you're too close to him.
Yeah. Jack on his way to Woodman. Another major skip here that involves you giving up a life to skip your way to the end of the level here. It looks really complicated, but these guys done it often enough to where it's pretty standard. And obviously, you know, he's still got to execute properly, but
oh, he's going for the dog zips here too.
Yeah, haven't seen too many of those.
Yeah, they are kind of quite tricky to get, I believe.
Yeah.
I haven't personally learned them myself, but yeah, they do end up saving a few seconds if you can get them.
So now we come to the good wood skip. So you're going to be seeing Jack doing a lot of like weird movements here, but it's all part of the plan. We have professionals at work here. Looks like he's got it down. He's going for Heatman to set up a quick death there. Looks like, okay, should be good. Yep, there we go. Well, slight audio delay on Jack's screen, but no problem. We'll leave a watch, and nice airman fight using the air tornadoes to get inside Woodman's shield and just take him out. And now in the American version, you would use Heatman's ability because it's a one-hit kill with a fully charged shot. In Japanese difficult version, it's 2-shot, and that takes longer than just going up close and hitting them at point blank with the tornadoes.
See Jack opting item 2 here.
Yeah. Doing a little stuttering on the edge of item 2 there. I think he's a little late, a little early on that one. He's going to do another item 1 skip through the ceiling here. Saves about 7 or 8 seconds, I think. Don't just spend all your time navigating through that tight corridor. So Jack looks like he's about on pace for about an 18-minute robot master section. Really good. That's actually faster than any time he posted in his match against Cassio a few weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely great to see runners improve over the span of the tournament. It's pretty nice to see him improve, and quick bubble fight there.
So he's done at 17:47. That's very good. Like I said, that is faster than anything he posted in his match against Cassio, and we'll see. He could. Hard to tell exactly from the splits, but he's looking, based on his previous times, he's looking for at about a 30-minute, mid 30 to high 30 to low 31 time, I'd say. But it all comes down to execution in the Wily stages, and they are not especially forgiving.
Especially when you get to Wily 4. That one can be a nightmare sometimes.
Even Wily 1, Wily 2, Wily 3, you want to say it's safe, but I've even seen runners make a mistake in Wily 3 with the spikes, so can't take anything for granted.
Definitely. Definitely a nice amount of challenge in any of the Mega Man games, especially if you're speedrunning them.
Yeah, and it's magnified because there are no item refills between Wily stages. Jack going for the ceiling clip, the vertical clip here. Looks like he's got it. Nicely done. Saves him a bit of time climbing, which is infinitely desired in this game, because climbing is really slow. No more apparent here than in Wily 1. So he's going to try for the second one, and he doesn't go for it. Decides to just play it safe and make the long, slow climb. Got quick boomerang ready for the dragon. And seeing a couple of... Oh, we got Cassio's feedback.
Back, yeah.
And they're running dead even right now. Cassio's just slightly ahead. Based on them, and just guesstimate and say Cassio's split was about 1740. But no, this is very close. So Cassio... Oh no!
Jack gonna take the death too.
Man, that's a game over. Witchcraft. Witchcraft, I say. But Cassio, nice execution on the dragon fight. So he's going to go on to Wily 2, which has another major item 1 skip. Sure, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna get a nice little refill too.
Yeah, you take the bump here and you set it up. You go in here, you have to pause here in order to complete the zip.
Yeah.
Beautifully performed by Cassio here.
And a lot of moving parts, but nothing he can't handle. Jack gets the vertical skip again, so no problems there. Cassio has the wood shield out. He's gonna use that in the tunnel down for the chain spikes. You want to have as few drops impeding your progress along the way. And you got 1, 2. That was a health refill. Never a bad thing. So, and I keep forgetting to do this, but get your predictions for the fishes out, folks. How many fishes are we going to see? See anywhere from 0 to 4, so get your predictions out. And Wily 3, how many fishes will we see combined from our 2 runners in Game 1?
I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction and say 3.
3, alright. Charlie says 3. What do you say, chat? Cassio taking on the flying toasters while Jack takes out the dragon. So there's about a 1-stage difference between our runners. A little... Quite finished the job there. 2 fishies. So Cassio's done at 22-29. Very nice. Jack's getting started with Wily 2. Uh-oh, he missed. He's gonna take a death here and just start over. So...
Yeah, he goes ahead and fills up his item 1, so it looks like he's gonna attempt to zip again.
Yeah. Okay. Cassio. Along chasm. No fish.
No fish.
1 fish. Okay, so for those of you who predicted 2 or 3, you are still in the running. Everyone else, well, that's okay. You know, a lot of people's brackets went bust in the NCAA tournament too. Cassio almost to the Wily 3 boss. Jump Wily 3 boss, very nicely done. Jack using the flash stopper to get past the spikes, so he's almost to the Wily 2 boss. Gotta be a little careful with his health, but he shouldn't have too much trouble with the toasters. Now we come to Purple Hell, as is known in the MM2 community, and with good cause. Runs are 1 in law in this level. Cassio's playing it safe. He doesn't want to take any chances with his item inventory. Nice zip there. So Jack finishes at about 24:44, so a 2-minute 15-second difference between two runners. Cassio going for the vertical skip, nicely done. Another little zip there. Oh, and this part with the spikes and the moving platforms always gets me.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely one of the scarier parts of Wily 4.
It's a lot of precise movement and a lot of damage boost.
Now, I didn't see Jack get any fish that time.
So, one fish. Huh. So for those of you who guessed one, congratulations. You earned yourself a fish. So Cassio getting ready to take on the Wily 4 boss, and this can be really rough. But Cassio gets a good start. Chat makes a good point. There was nobody actually did predict one. So Cassio takes out the Wily 4 boss at 26:15.
And he saves 2 crash bombs to boot, which means he's going to be able to use them on the Wily machine, making that fight a little bit easier.
Yeah, about 5 to 10 seconds faster for sure. So he's on his way to the refights. Jack is on his way to Purple Hell. Lead off with Quickman, the only boss you fight with the Buster. Normally, of course, you'd fight him with Flash Bombs, but since you're trying to save those for later. But Quickman isn't too hard. It's a flat arena, unlike in the Robot Master stage. Another double on Clashman takes care of him. Cassio now on to Woodman. Next up, I believe, will be Airman. A little more damage than he would have liked, but gets through. So, yep, Airman's up next. And generally, you'll see the runners do the same pattern in the refights. There does tend to be a logic in terms of how many times you can stop, switch weapons, and that kind of thing. You want to run through them as quickly as you can. And the Heat Man obviously weak to bubble.
Ooh, Jack's going to take a death on the spikes there. He didn't get his item 1 out in time after taking the damage boost on that third spike screen there.
Cassio, I think, is down to is at 0 lives. He's got to be careful. And he is careful. He had 3 bubbles too, which is the worst pattern you can get. But Metal Man, 1, 2, done. Next up is Flashman. Probably take the item refill. Gets nope. Gonna play it straight through. Phase 1, and done. 28:39. Very nicely done by Cassio. Jack's just getting ready to take on the Wily 4 boss, but fortunately it looks like it's going to be too little too late. Got a good setup, though, for the opening part.
It looks like Cassio can still make sub 30. Perhaps.
Should be able to. He gets the zip. He should be able to do it. Good. Oh, nope. There goes sub 30. There goes sub 30. He's gonna have to take a death here and a game over as a result. Though it's not gonna have too much of a negative impact.
My bad, Cassio. My bad.
Well, I'm sure he'll forgive you. Wasn't on PB pace or anything, so you can take comfort in that.
Right on, right on.
So, Jack getting started with Quickman having a little trouble. Quickman's not getting a lot of work with here early on. So he's down. The alien. So take the damage boost as the alien shoots at you from this figure 8 pattern. It's a lot easier than getting bodied, and that does it. So, trials and tribulations aside, Cassio has done with an official SRL time of 30 minutes and 19 seconds, which gives him the Game 1 win.
Yeah, definitely good stuff to Cassio here.
Yeah.
Jack looking to finish up his run.
Should be on pace for about a 33 or so. He's also on his last life. That's interesting, but he's got the last 3 robot masters to deal with. 2 bubbles from Bubble Man. Problem. What? A little more damage than he would have liked. Wait, he's gonna take the health refill, get himself decent shape. He's only got one. Does he have? No, he has 2 clash bombs. He should be fine. Nicely done with the clash bombs. 3150. Got enough item 1 to do his skip. Even if he misses, he could take a game over and just do it again. Little... Okay, I thought it was a little too far to the left, but got through.
Yeah, we're just gonna bubble this one out. And
yeah, taking his time with it, but gets through, and Jack finishes with an official SRL time of 33 minutes 4 seconds. So GG's to both of our runners. The minor hiccups notwithstanding, an entertaining race, and again, they were dead even going into Wily 1, but Jack took an unfortunate death to the dragon. Cassio pretty much sailed on through to a fairly comfortable win. So... should be getting Game 2 going in the next few minutes. I think our runners might take a minute just to gather themselves, and we'll be right back into it.
Yeah, definitely a good race. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see those metal through bubble stages from Cassio, but obviously they went pretty well for him. Because when he did sync back up, he literally synced back up, and they met like right before the dragon, so Wily won.
So, but well, if their last match was any indication, Jack is going to improve a bit, and you know, maybe make a run for this here. This is actually a of the 4 races I've seen him in, this is actually his 33.06 is his worst time. So, and his best, according to my sheet, is 31.55. So, even with the mistakes, he is fairly consistent in his execution. So, but if he could get everything to like come together for him, you know, no deaths in Wily 1 or anything like that, has a good a run as he did in the for the Wily stages, he could give Cassio a run for his money.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, and you guys, for those that just joined, you guys remember this is a loser's side elimination match. So Jack has pretty much, he's got to win this one and win another one to go ahead and move on to the next stage of the bracket. Otherwise, if Cassio takes this next one, he moves on. Group C match, loser side of Group C, and yeah, he gets this one's to make it out of the pools. So
yeah, his back is literally against the wall now. I mean, it is win or go home for Jack. More so than it already is. Cassio at least can afford to take a loss, but of course he's not going to go. He's not going to attempt that. But so it'll be interesting to see if Jack tries anything. Not necessarily desperate, but maybe something he wouldn't normally do in a race setting, something he might do in a casual setting, to try and you know, shave a few seconds here or there, or try to go for broke on something.
Definitely. Yeah, he's gotta make some sort of adjustment. I mean, like you said, 31. You said was his best time.
31.55. Yeah. So.
And as far as his PB goes, it was 29.37 on the leaderboard for Mega Man. So he's possible. It is possible for him to, you know, win a race or two, or even take the match. But he's got to be on his toes. That's for sure. He's got to be on point.
Yeah. So, our runners have been given the all clear in SRL, so we should be getting started in a couple of seconds here. This should be an interesting game too. Again, in terms of play, they basically need to do the opposite of each other. Cassio obviously doesn't want to be taking deaths early on like he did in Game 1, and Jack wants to avoid the deaths that plagued him, particularly in Wily 1. And Wily 4 wasn't especially helpful either. So, but in terms of routing, in terms of the basic game plan, you don't expect really any dramatic changes here. They're not going to change routes because it's pretty well established that the route they, in particular, are doing is the best one in terms of speed.
Right on.
So,
yeah, definitely.
What were your general impressions of Game 1, Charlie?
Well, you know, Cassio early on didn't fare too well. He took some deaths in the Heatman stage, which is unfortunate, but he's going to go ahead and he caught back up by the time he got through Wily 1. So that was pretty neat on Cassio's part, and then some of Jack's in-game could have fared a little better, but but overall pretty solid for both of them.
It was interesting that in spite of the little miscues that Cassio had early on, he was able to storm back and again pull even. Although he was before his stream froze up. He was making little increments, making up little increments on him. So Jack.
Speaking of screen freezing up again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But meanwhile, Jack taking care of Flashman a little more clean than the first time around. He a little more consistent in its execution.
Yeah, it looks like Flashman's got the new ability to freeze the screens outside of the boss room. Which
Who knew? Who knew?
It's just kind of crazy, but you know. Well, unfortunately, Cassio having some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll get him back, his feedback here pretty shortly. Jack moving on to Heatman stage. We can assume Cassio doing the same if his flash fight went rather well. And there he is. He's back.
So they're actually, Cassio is just ever so slightly ahead of Jack here. This is where Cassio had some problems with game 1, these jumps. Okay, so far so good. Fade away.
Yeah, nice shot there by Cassio. Jack's gonna get it too.
Yes, setting up the item 3 skip here in the wall, no problem.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Here we go, Jack taking a little bit longer.
Jack trying to make sure, okay. Because it didn't feel right about his initial setup, so he just took a second to gather himself, always a good thing. You know, don't do it unless you're sure. There would have been a huge time loss if he had missed.
Right on, yeah.
So, seeing more of this, players using Flash Stopper to make that robot stop in midair.
Yeah, it doesn't really waste too much time, and if you know, in a race setting, if you're going into Heatman, the body shot does like 10 damage.
I think it's 8 damage. I think it's 8 damage, but that is a lot to take, and your jumps have to be on point every single time. And for the accomplished runners, it's not that big a deal, but you know, as you say, in a race setting, you know, why not do it? Give yourself a little bit of room for error. Cassio, right, very clean and very quick fight, I might add. He got a lot of quick patterns from Heatman. Nice fight from Jack, so he's through. Both of them, 2 robot masters down, 6 to go. Cassio holding, I don't know, about a 10-15 second lead, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say about 10 to 15. About right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do splits until after Airman or the 3rd robot master. So that's usually if there is any divergence, that's where they come back together, so I can provide a more accurate assessment then. As expected, Airman third up. See how their item 1 skips across the chasm go. First up, use Flash Stopper to make this opening section a little easier.
Oh, nice. You got the tiptoe right there at the end.
Yeah. Looks like...
Those are pretty scary to do, actually.
Yeah. Cassio, again, playing with his back to the wall in terms of health, but at least this time he doesn't have to worry about life he's got die at any point. Didn't get the gift. We got a couple of small pellets, but that's probably not going to help him too much against Airman unless he gets like a perfect RNG.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to farm at least one.
Yeah,
there he goes.
I think that gives him enough for 2 hits.
Which should be enough for Airman, just as long as...
But you're at the mercy of RNG here, so it just depends.
That is true.
And that's not a good... Well, it's not a great pattern to start with. That's an even less... Oh, yeah. Forget it. Nope. So they're back to even. Jack with a slight lead. Jack's done at about 7:01. So about 6 seconds behind. Cassio commenting in chat that Airman is a good boss. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So... So next up will be Clash Man. Cassio went for the more challenging item one skip. Jack played the safer one. It's about a 5-second difference, maybe. Okay, Cassio gets it.
Yeah, I believe going for that first screen zip on item 1, you don't have to wrap the screen. You can just go straight down the ladder right there.
Jack having a little trouble with his timed it. Okay, Jack finally gets his item 1 skip. Skip most of Clash Man's level. Cassio making the long, lonely climb. A little trouble with his item 3 skips, but nice finish though on that one. Double. Good. Nice, very nice Clash Man fight. Getting that double right away and then finishing off with a third shot, you know, probably saves a couple of seconds overall. And it looks like it seems like it's one of those things where once you get the pattern down, it's really simple. And it's not like they have to worry about health or anything either.
Yeah, Clash fight usually goes pretty smoothly, even with a 3-cycle pattern. You know, it's not that much of a difference, but yeah, I mean, of course, you save just a few seconds with the 2-cycle. You always want the 2-cycle, of course.
Right. So Cassio starting Quick Man. Well, major skips here, starting with this one. Sets it up very nicely. Gets the lights to come back on. Turns on Flash Stopper. Should be able to sail through the rest of this pretty easily.
Ooh, Jack hesitated there. That was almost bad news.
Yeah. They're all pros here, they know what they're doing. So, Cassio does the next item. That's another item 1 skip at the ceiling. Jack's setting up his first. Nicely done. So, Cassio had a little trouble, as I recall, with Quick Man. 3, 4. Oh, he missed a shot. A little too far away to lure Quick Man into the wall. To go for a double here. Got it. Very nice backup strat from Cassio. Finish off Quick Man. Looks simple, and to some extent it is, but when Quick Man's, you know, jumping all over you, and your health starts to dwindle, it can be easy to panic. Jack wiggles his way in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Matchup button. Haunting Cassio.
I think that was intentional. I think he's just going to recycle his lives. I don't want to quote him on that. I don't want to put words or actions in his mouth, but
I'll say that was a good place to take it, because it's right there at the beginning. Of
as you say, if it wasn't intentional, that's probably that's probably the least painful way to do it.
Yeah, it didn't hurt him too bad, especially since he's got a slight lead here.
He's holding to about a 20-25 second lead thereabouts. Jack setting up the clip, nicely done. Cassio using item 2 to sail through most of the level. Alrighty, we're on to Metal Man. Did we just start this level?
And it feels like it.
Both of them missing the second item 1 skip, both of them just going through it normally. Cassio got a little too close to Metal Man. Nicely done. Jack getting across with item 2. Shouldn't have too much trouble with Metal Man. So, Woodman up next. Didn't get to see a lot of this Cassio's point of view, but I imagine there's not going to be really any significant or fundamental difference between the two as far as how they approach this. Cassio might not go for some of the skips that Jack does, and he's already got Flash Stopper up, which would indicate he isn't.
Right, yeah, these zips, if you don't get those dog zips right, then you could end up losing time and gaining.
He didn't get that first zip in the ceiling, so...
Yeah, that little mini zip allows you to pass that third wolf there. Mm-hmm. But, not too big of a deal. He's gonna bust out the metal, take out the dog, and he's setting up the Goodwood zip. Here we go.
So, we got another Goodwood skip. Jack going his way with item 1.
Yo, the swag without pulling out the quick. I believe that's like a 1-frame trick.
Yeah. Very, very nicely done by Jack. Cassio performs the good wood skip, takes the life, and now he's going to take on Woodman. No problem. Jack is pretty close to setting it out, to finishing it. Yep, that should do it. So, Bubble Man, as usual, will be the 8th and final Robot Master here. Let's see. Well, based on their splits, I'd say they're both about on pace. Cassio's about on pace for about a 17-15 to 17-30, I'd say.
Misses the hardest jump in the game.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just have a little trouble setting up the zip here.
Yeah. It can be a little challenging because you're trying to do 2 things at once, and it's easy to get wires crossed in the process. Got a little trouble with that robotic fish, but takes care of him. Bother with the first frog. Be a little careful with Bubble Man. He doesn't have ideal health here. He'd like to be about half health, roughly. Two bubbles. He's out at 17:24.
Yeah, anytime you can get under 18 minutes out of all the Rosebot Masters, you're having a good run, or a pretty good run at least.
Yeah.
By my standards. Anyway.
Well, of the races I've seen, the fastest 8 Robot Masters belongs to Prissy. He did it in 16:04.
Yeah, if you can get under 17, it's like, yo, that's better. Like 16:04, wow, that's amazing. Good
So,
stuff.
Jack's finished with Bubble Man at 17:52, so we had a 28-second difference between our runners going into Wily 1. So, very much anybody's game. As we saw in Game 1, it's going to come down to execution.
Yeah, I was interested.
Cassio getting his items slightly mixed up. Ooh, takes a hit there, but fine. Taking a little more damage than he probably would have liked, but it shouldn't factor too much into this. Oh, he missed the vertical, so we have to do this the long way. Jack's got a chance to catch up by a couple of seconds if he can execute vertical. Looks like he's got it. Yep. Cassio recovers and does the second vertical skip perfectly.
Yeah, that was pretty clean.
This is about where the stream caught back up, so we didn't get to see if he actually executed it in Game 1, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Dragon. Gathering. Too far ahead of the screen. One mashes and takes care of the dragon. Very nicely done. Managed to get him with before he started shooting fireballs.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Asking in chat, when is Snake Man? Wrong game. Sorry. No fireballs from the dragon for Jack either. So this has been a problem for some runners, but Cassio makes it work just fine. All right. Jack gets an extra life, never a bad thing. Gives him a slight cushion in case he does make a mistake here.
Ooh, that looked like a little low, buddy.
Yeah. Guess setting a flash stopper, gets spikes. So, as we did in Game 1, get your predictions out, everybody. How many fish are we going to see in Wily 3? It's anywhere from 0 to 4. We saw 1 in Game 1. What will we see in Game 2?
I'm sticking with 3.
Sticking with 3?
Sticking with 3.
What say you, chat? Hurry up, these flying toasters are remarkably weak. So... Nice with the slight hiccup there with one of the blades, but he's through at 2202.
Even taking he could have at least took one there.
Yeah.
He did it flawless. He didn't take any damage, so that's always good for Cassio.
Yeah. The toasters may be weak, but they can inflict some serious damage. So Wily 3 underway. Gak's not far behind. He's about 35 seconds behind. Comes what we've all been waiting for. No fish. Okay, there he is. He came up late, but there he is. One fish. So we got one. Yeah, so taking the free extra life. Jack gets no fish on the first. So, for those of you who predicted 2 fish, well, you get 2 fish. Congratulations. You must be very proud. 3 jumps from Cassio to take care of the Wily 3 boss. Very nicely done. That's pretty standard for the more experienced runners. 3 jumps with the quick boomerangs. And incidentally, chat, we do have another Rockman 2 race later tonight at 10:30 Eastern. It's Conster 786 versus Light on Speed Gaming 2. So, if you didn't get your fill of Rockman or Mega Man or however you want to call it, there's more waiting for you tonight.
Definitely. Yeah, if you didn't get your fill of me, I should maybe be on commentary tonight. We'll see. So, yeah. You can always come back and see me. But, they're both on the Purple Hell stage.
Yeah.
That's always scary. That first bonk you take, because if you don't jump at the right time,
yeah. It's kind of a leap of faith in some respects. You have to just accept that it's going to happen the way you think it is. Cassio using damage boosts to get through.
Very nice.
More to go. Very solid. Jack, not quite it's not quite as crisp, but he's moving his way up the board here. So Wily 4 boss. And its setup for this is crucial. Gets the good start. A little low on that second shot, but it won't matter. So, wants to have 2 clash bombs here to make a Wily machine in the next stage easier. He missed. He was a little high. He's gonna have to go for a damage transfer to at least keep a clash bomb. No, he's not going to go for it. And Jack, I think, takes a death. I think in the same spot as he did.
As last time. Right?
Yeah. He did in game 1. Wow.
That hurts. That does hurt.
That could be fatal.
I mean, well, he's got his item. He's only got 1 shot left, so he's gonna have to farm or figure out a different way to. Oh, that's item 3. I thought it was item 1. Sorry.
Yeah.
So he's got enough item 1.
Okay. Taking a little slower there. Quick Man's done. So next up is Clash Man for Cassio. Does the swing to the left. Woodman 3rd. Playing a little safer there. Jack gets a good start with Wily 4 boss. think that's a good shot for Jack. Yep. For damage transfer.
Ooh,
Very nicely done.
Yeah, I was afraid he got caught up on the fall there, but he makes it through. Good stuff, and he keeps the 2 bombs.
That'll save him about 10 seconds. Well, maybe less, but it will save him some time in the Wily machine. But he still needs really to hope for Cassio to make a mistake here. Cassio's got low health, so he's got to be a little careful, but takes the item refill from the health refill from Bubbleman. Excuse me. So Metal Man, 1, 2, done. Jack getting started with Quick Man. A little trouble here, but gets a nice run of shots on him. Cassio not taking any chances. He has no Clash Bomb, so he needs as much health as he can for Wily Machine. Use heat. Yeah, he's gonna use Heat Man here. Get a fully charged shot. Nope, that wasn't quite fully charged, but okay, there it is.
Yeah, he saved his metal for the second phase, which is pretty smart.
Yeah, just like mash, mash, mash. Gotta be careful. He's can't take too much damage, but he's out at 28-27.
Yeah, nice recovery for sure.
So should be okay for a sub 30. Well, we said, well, it's my turn. It's my turn now to jinx it. Okay. You took it for game 1. I'll do it for game 2.
All right, rock and roll. Well, let's see what happens.
So Jack's about through his 5th refight. Cassio gets through cleanly.
Bubs and alien hugs. Let's see what happens.
I always thought it was a shame they never did more final boss fights like this for the Mega Man games. So,
that wraps it up for Cassio. Gonna take the game with a done SRL time of 29:31. Moving on to the final stage of the bracket. Good stuff to Cassio.
or at least the next stage of the tournament. So yeah, he'll be moving on to elimination round. Jack, unfortunately, will be bidding adieu to him. But let's see him finish out. He's got a shot at sub 31 if he goes cleanly. And does a good job with the mashing against the alien.
Yeah, he's still got a shot as his race PB, 31:35. So he can hit it here.
Yeah. So here we go. So take a damage boost. You're close. Wait, circle. All right. He is done with an official SRL time of 30 minutes 58 seconds, which, according to SRL, beats his PB by 19 seconds. Very good for him.
Good stuff to Jack. Good stuff to Cassio. Great race overall.
They want to do either want to do an interview real quick. Wrap this up.
Yeah, it looks like coming up after this race, it looks like Link to the Past, No Major Glitches at 10 p.m. So got a little bit of time to kill. It should, anyway. If they do want to do interviews.
Yeah. Jack has politely declined. Here from Cassio.
Definitely good stuff to Jack.
Looks like Cassio will be joining us any moment. So we're just about finished with the brackets, with the opening round stages. So from here, it'll be interesting to see how the brackets shake out as far as seeding is concerned and who ends up where. We should have some really good first opening round matches here. And joining us tonight is our winner, Cassio third. GG, sir.
Thank you.
Well, the little difficulties we had with your stream notwithstanding, early part of game one, a little shaky. What did you sort of tell yourself? Okay, I just got to get through this and just get back to what I need to do.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, that's unfortunate, but just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
If it's I'm supposed to win, something will happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you look like you were in real trouble with Airman because you were at almost no health, and then you got a really fortunate item drop.
Yeah, I took too many hits. Like, I took one too many hits on the fast air section, and right after I took another hit to something that shouldn't hit me. I was just not careful enough. So I was lucky. That time the bird gave me a big ball of health.
Yeah, it's like it saved you from having to farm because you're doing a little of that in game 2, and you know almost got away with it, but the RNG from Airman wasn't particularly kind to you.
Yeah, Airman was a jerk in the second game.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can take 2 hits. I'm fine.
Yeah, he was just waiting for you to let your guard down. But so now you've advanced now to basically the knockout rounds, where it's still going to be best out of 3, but now it's basically single elimination. What are you? Is there anything you're going to be working on, you think, for this next stage of the tournament?
Well, I think the seeding is going to happen tomorrow, I think. And it's going to be based on PBs.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to get a last-minute PB so I don't get a bad seeding.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you're kind of in that middle of the pack at this stage, you know, not quite, you know, Cypher's time, but maybe not, you know, in the high 29s, sort of like where Jack was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could end up being determined, you know, by literally seconds.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the second stage. I don't think I'm gonna survive very long, but I wanna. You
got this far, so.
Yeah, you can't say that, man. You gotta mentality is like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm putting the pressure on you, man. I want the big W at the end of the tournament. Cassio the third, Rockman 2 supreme victory. Will I be able to see it? I want to find out. Okay. All jokes aside, I mean, I'm not putting that much pressure.
Yeah.
I think you have a good chance to make it a bit further. Just keep your head straight, keep pushing forward. I'd love to see. You did great today, man. Congrats again.
Thanks.
Yeah, shaking off those early jitters and really like closing it out with really solid play down the stretch.
All right.
So
Jack also did a really great job, dude. It's just YD4 wasn't good for him today.
Yeah. Yeah, Wily 4 wasn't very kind. Wily 1 in game 1 wasn't especially kind, but his robot masters were pretty on point. I mean, there's only a 5-second difference between his time in game 1 and game 2, so very solid. But that's the way it goes. That's why you guys call it Purple Hell, right?
Yeah, it's really a bad stage.
So. That's all I have. Charlie, anything to add?
Man, like I said, good games to Cassio on advancing, good games to Jack. Solid performance by both runners today.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Speed Gaming. Thanks for hosting this. Anything you got, Cassio? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I wanna say thank you to the Speed Gaming crew that restreamed the match. Say thank you to you guys that provided commentary, and thank you to Jack for the race. It was fun.
Absolutely. I posted in chat, but in the chat stream, give these guys a follow, will you? They've earned it.
Yeah, definitely.
You like Mega Man? I'm sure they're gonna give you lots of Mega Man. And, hell, give us a follow, too. We'd appreciate it, but not required. We're not going to be begging here. But GG's to Cassio. Congrats on moving on in the tournament. And congrats to Handsome Jack for putting on a good show for us tonight and for his pretty solid play. And I'm sure he'll be working on Purple Hell for the next tournament. So I think that's it. I'm Pro-A007. Very happy to have commentate on this match tonight, along with my co-commentator, Charlie Boy.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Peace.